Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Saving Sunderland. Now, we've got the start of season 4, we've got the summer transfer window to go through where there was a lot of signings, particularly youth coming in and bolstering out under 23s and going out on loan. But we also got a nice little surprise from last season. As you can see here from the fixture list, we are actually in the Europa League, so I'm guessing the cup competitions went in our favour, and even though we're finished 7th in the league, it has got us into the Europa League group stage. Now, as you can see from this transfer history page, a lot of money spent but not a lot of money brought in, so we'll quickly go through some of the outs. Emil Kraft went to Turkey for 3.1 million, it could rise to 4.2 in the future. He was a good servant for us, he played 29 games in our first season, averaging a 7.0 rating, so that's quite good. But he found himself on the fringes last season, so I felt it best to move him on and get a better replacement in terms of that backup right wing back position. And apart from Emil Kraft, there's not really too many outgoings to show you. It's mostly loans and one free, so we'll brush over them and get into them transfers in. So for £200,000 we brought in Nikola Radovic, a Serbian centre back. Now this guy is absolutely fantastic. He's probably one of my favourite signs of the summer, particularly because of how cheap he was. Now, in terms of his key stats for central defender, as you can see here, absolutely brilliant. And taking a bit of a closer look, he's got really well-rounded physical stats, which I'll hope improve in the future. He's got 17 determination, 16 positioning, 18 bravery, 16 heading, really key stats for a central defender, and the rest of them are all at least above a 10. So hopefully this guy will definitely be in a future squad of ours. For 275 grand, we bring in the Egyptian Ahmed Ibrahim. I'm guessing this is going to be the next Mohamed Salah, hopefully. You look at his physicals, incredibly fast, incredibly well-rounded as a whole in terms of his physicals, determination 16. He's got a lot of work to do on his technicals and his mental attributes, but that'll come with age. He's currently in the under-23 squad. I have him loan listed, so hopefully he gets some loan game time out. As you can see, Bristol City, Hoffenheim, Huddersfield, Middlesbrough and West Brom all in for his services as a first-team player. Next up is Daniel Montoya from Portugal, a right winger. We seem to be bringing in a lot of right wingers, but I don't mind too much as long as they're young with high potential. We brought him in for quite a cheap fee of 350 grand, and as you can see from his stats, he's got some excellent physical stats, again similar to the Egyptian lad prior. He's got a lot of work to do in his technical area and mental area, but hopefully he might be one for the future, if not someone who will make a profit on. We signed him for £350,000. And here we have Tabiso Mokoena from South Africa, probably one of my favourite signings of the summer in terms of youths for the future, purely because of his physical stats and the fact that he's natural at that right wing back position. And as you can see here, when we highlight his attributes for that wing back role that we would deploy him in, he's got nothing less than a 9, and that's his marking. Hopefully that'll improve given game time. He is loan listed, but currently nobody's took us up on that offer, so he will sit in the under 23 squads and hopefully improve massively. He still has 5 caps for South Africa even before anything else happens, so he's a proven international and he will be a player in our squad in the future. This is Nelson Luiz, a striker from Portugal. We signed him for 1.2 million. He's currently on loan at Vitsetable. And as you can see by his stats, he suits an advanced forward role really well. If he can improve his passing and he can improve his work rate as the seasons go on, that would be great. His physicals are great to start with, acceleration 17, which is massive. Hopefully the rest of his physicals will come up to that level and he might be a first team player in the future. Next up is a Romanian centre-back named Sergio Susio, who is currently in the under-23 squad, but he has a loan bid of him already. We bought him in for 1.4 million, and much the same as everybody else, he's got very good stats in key areas. Physically, he's absolutely fantastic. That is one of the things that I set my scouting out for, to find young, physical players who can come in and either do a job or improve out on loan. Next up is a Portuguese centre-back named Thomas Moita. We signed him for 2 million. He's another one with bids in to go out on loan for this season. Again, a well-rounded centre-back, one for the future or to make profit on. Now, one of the most exciting transfers of the transfer window, Maximiliano Sugo, a Uruguayan striker who by rights could well be in the first team squad, but as you'll see, I have made some signings. I am going to get him out on loan, get him some game time. He wasn't too pleased about it, so hopefully when he comes back, he'll have got over himself and he'll be ready to jump into that first team squad, because as you can look by his stats, he could be starting for us. He's a wonder kid. He will come back into the squad next season and he will probably be one of the stars of the future. We signed him for the measly sum of 2.2 million, absolute bargain. Next up was the £2.5 million signing of Sandro Perpetuo. He's a Brazilian centre midfielder who is actually in the first team squad for the season. We were a little bit light in numbers for the centre midfield role, so he is actually going to be in the squad, and I'm trying to give him as much game time as possible to help him realise his potential. He's not quite the player I thought he was. He was rated 5 stars by me scouts, but now he's in our squad. It's only 4 stars, but that doesn't bother me too much. His potential will probably still be there, and I just hope he can realise it here in his first season. Next up was a French striker from QPR who was signed for £3.5 million. Gautier Villette, that's what I'm going with. He looks like a very well-rounded striker. He's another one who's got loan bids in for him. I'm not too confident that he'll make the first team squad eventually. He might be one of them players who will just look to make a profit on, but he does have the potential. He's got the 15 determination, so that'll hopefully mean he can reach it quickly. So we'll see with this guy. It's not often I sign a Russian. Alexander Morozov was signing from Zenit for £3.5 million. Another one, decently well-rounded. His potential wasn't as high as I thought it was going to be. He's alone listed in the under-23 squad. This one might be a bit of a dud. Another striker, Andrea Cornet, was signed for £4 million from Vitesse. He's listed for loan. We'll try and get him out on loan. We'll see how he improves in the coming seasons. He might make it in the first team, he might not. Hopefully we can at least get our money back, if not make a bit profit. One of the more expensive transfers of the youngsters, £5 million for Josip Mikic. He's went back out on loan to Lokomotiva, who we signed him from. Hopefully he can improve. I might have overspent a little bit too much on this guy. We'll see how he improves. As you can see, his green arrows is going up lovely at the minute. We'll reevaluate his position in the squad when he comes back next season. Try and get him some more loan game time. But he's another one who he's really in earning some profit in the future. Now comes to the final 4. These 4 were bought purposely for the first team squad. If not first choice, then second choice. Let's take a look. First up, it's Lincoln. Everybody knows this guy on Football Manager 2018. We signed him for £15.25 million from Brazil. As you can see, he's pretty much the complete package already. He's still got room to improve. He will be our first choice striker. Sorry, plea. Now, we signed this guy for £16.5 million. As really for cover for Christensen at right wing back. Did we overpay on this transfer? Absolutely, definitely. But he does offer us a different option in terms of his physical attributes are more well-rounded, what I would consider good for a right wing back compared to Christensen. But he will be a backup for now. He might make the spot he's on. He's still got room to improve. Did we overpay at 16 million? Yeah. Similar to Larola on the right hand side, we brought in Kieran Tierney for the left hand side. Now he's probably going to be the starter over Pizzella. He hasn't got much room to grow. He's pretty much the finished product as we speak, but he fits that role perfectly. He's got absolutely insanely well-rounded stats for a left wing-back. He's actually a British player, which I really wanted. I really wanted English players, to be honest with you, but there just wasn't the quality out there or the value for money in terms of what you were getting for what you were paying. So, Kieran Tierney, he's coming in as a first choice left wing back. I hope to see him do well in a Sunderland shirt. And finally, our biggest signing of the summer for £25 million was Ruben Dias from Benfica. Now he's an absolutely stupidly good centre back. He's going to be one of our leaders on the pitch, I do believe. And I felt like we just needed that really strong, stable centre back who can provide the confidence for the other two who might not be as well rounded as he is. He will be one of our leaders on the pitch. And I think he'll be absolutely brilliant for us. He's still got a little bit of room to grow, half a star or so. But we're not thinking about the future with this guy. We're thinking for the now. So this is what I'm thinking in terms of a first team squad going forward. This is what I would like it to be. And hopefully it performs well. We'll have Reykjavik in goal. We'll have Rios, Montes and Diaz at centre back. Christensen and Tierney on left wing backs and right wing backs. Koulibaly and Guendouzi in the centre. Trincao on the right. Moise Keane on the left and Lincoln up top. So as you can see, our first game is against Chelsea away. Let's get into the match. So the first game of the Premier League season kicks off against Chelsea. The tactic has changed and evolved over the summer. I've sort of made it more possession based than it was in the past. So we'll see how that fares out in the first 5 or 10 games or so. I might have to revert it back. Highlight here. Hazard picks up the ball on the left hand side to Morata. Back to Hazard. Well challenged by Christensen. Can we break now? Trincao to Lincoln. Now we've got the pace on the wings and up front to beat these guys. Trincao on the right hand side. Oh, big save, Courtois. Highlight. Free kick goes Chelsea's way. Morata gets challenged by Trincao. He can set away Lincoln. Now he's got options on this left hand side if he could find them. Keane finishes his first game for the club after being here for over 6 months. He's got his goal. Happy, happy days. As you can see here, Trincao with the lovely through ball for Lincoln. He's got a lot of work to do, but Moise Keane is an absolute acres of space. He finds a back post. Good finish. Beats Courtois 1-0. Another highlight, Christensen on this right hand side to Trincao down the line. Back post to Keane. The two combine again. Moise Keane with his second goal of the season. Trincao with his second assist. Happy days. As you can see here, Ruben Diaz plays it out with his right hand side. Christensen with a lovely through ball for Trincao. He finds Moise Keane back post. Pretty similar to the first goal really. 2-0. Oh, it wasn't 2 assists by Trincao, it was 1 for Lincoln. Highlight here, Christensen has his right hand side. Ball's played in, but Chelsea can probably clear through Eden Hazard here. Alexandro to Casemiro. Alexandro's burst down this left hand side. Guendouzi cuts the ball out. Can we break now? Trincao on this right hand side gives the ball away poorly to Adrian Silva. Christian Pavon on this right hand side's got it to Mario Fernandes. He beats his man down this right hand side. Can he get the ball in? He can. Well cleared. Casemiro to Hazard though. 8 acres of space, 8 acres of time. As you can see here, Mario Fernandes beats his man too easily. Gets the ball in. It's half cleared. But Casemiro plays it to Hazard who finishes. That's it. Half time. Eden Hazard has actually had to go off through injury, and we've injured Christian Pavon as well. So hopefully that could see us well for this second half. G'd the boys up. Second half kicks off. Let's hope we can continue the good form. Highlight now, Adrian Silva finds space with Mario Fernandes down his right hand side. He gets the ball in. Morata, close. Highlight, Trincao with the ball in. Ruben Diaz back post, big save by Courtois. It should have been 3-1. We're going to make a change 60 minutes in. We're going to get Koulibaly off for Harley Johnson. Highlight now, Chelsea have it down this right hand side. Morata brings the ball down. Adrian Silva's in a bags of space here on this right hand side. Benzema comes down the left hand side. Good ball in. Oh my god, what's that for? Why is that a penalty? What the hell has happened there? Adrian Silva tucks it away, makes it 2-2. I have no idea why that penalty was given. So I've slowed this down, I've got the penalty incident up. Adrian Silva passes the ball out to Benzema on this left hand side. Now, where's Kieran Tierney? Here he's here. He's on a yellow as well, so he could have very well have got himself sent off with whatever's happened here. Oh my god, they've given a penalty for that. He's backing up and he somehow clips Kurt Zouma and they've actually given a penalty. There needs to be VAR in Football Manager. Another highlight, 78 minutes in, Montez finds Rios, who finds Moise Keane on this left hand side to Johnson in the centre. Trincao, he's got runners on this right hand side. Christensen, can he beat his man? He can. Can he get a good ball in? Lincoln, 3-2. Debut goal for Wonder Kid Lincoln. Great ball in by Christensen. Come on. As we can see here, Harley Johnson finds space on this right hand side to Trincao. Christensen, excellent run in here. Beats his man on this right hand side. Lincoln with a beautiful run. Gets the goal, 3-2. Highlight now, free kick, back to Guendouzi. Hits it sloppily and now Willian can break for Chelsea. Big challenge by Christensen to Tierney. Lincoln, he's through. Oh, nearly 4-2. Another highlight straight after the last one. It's a big ball to Chelsea. Benzema wins it, but will manage to get it back under our control. Guendouzi through the centre, finds Moise Keane on this left hand side. He's got the pace to burn. He can get it in. What's happening? Oh, it's going to be a Chelsea break. Morata plays through Benzema. Ruben Diaz recovers beautifully. Alexandro now has the ball. His left hand side. Great ball in. Azpilicueta. Oh my days. Absolute sitter and he's missed. This is all getting a bit too much for me. I'm going to make some changes. Tierney off for Pizzella and Christensen off for Larola. This is the great thing about having really good backup options on my wing backs, because they are often the ones who are struggling the most because they're doing the most running. This is the final highlight, and that's going to be that. Rios to Pizzella. Just blow the whistle, ref. Blow the whistle whenever you're ready. 3-2 away at Stamford Bridge. I think our new signings have really shown the worth, with Francisco Trincao feeling like a new signing because of how much he was injured last season. So after that victory sees us sitting in 7th position in the Premier League, but as we all know, it's far too early to start gaining any understanding of how our team's going to perform over the course of a season just yet. So looking ahead to next time when we'll come back for the first game of the Europa League group stage, and of course you'll see who we've actually been drawn against. And that's going to be that for the end of the episode. If you have enjoyed today's video, please consider leaving a like, and if you're enjoying my content, why not just get yourself subscribed? You'll be champion, you get notified, all that great stuff. But till next time, take it easy.